Well, early morning. Let us see what the world has to offer, shall we?
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. It's your first time here. I'm Big Scruff. Over obsession with coffee and certainly overgrown child. And sitting next to me is Wonderwink, who is normally stuffing her face at any one time. And what a shocker she is.
I'm having me breakfast.
I'm having me breakfast. You know, for somebody who eats as much as you, I don't know how you stick thin.
Well, you've ate yours already.
I would only eat half what you do, and yet I'm double the
Wolfed it
size.
down.
Well, I'm actually 3 times the size, because you're tiny, winky little person. That's why we call her Winky, because you're tinky, winky person, aren't you? But you're perfectly formed.
Oh, you're being nice now.
It's knickers, knackers, knockers.
Ooh, knickers, knackers, not. What do you mean I'm being nice? What are you watching again? She's meant to be working, and she's not. There's a
I'm
shock.
just reading my emails.
No, you're not.
Hmm?
Bollocks. When does Kim Kardashian bloody email you?
I wasn't Kim Kardashian.
What is it? Oh, no, hang on. We'll find out who this is. Who's that? Nadia Ferrara announced they're expecting a child. Who cares?
You know, you're a classic example of the inverse ratio between the size of the mouth and the size of the brain.
Who cares? Jesus Christ. Right, sorry. What we care about is the charts. And for those of you who haven't been here before and looking at this going, who is this bobblehead? Well, I do trade for a living. I kind of prove it every day if you go through the channel and do subscribe to it, because it motivates me to do more. And if you're stuck, drop your questions and I'll try and answer them. We do regular live streams as well as Scruff, and you'll be able to see it in action. Now, talking of things in action, if I flick this over, we're looking at Aussie dollar, which I'm about to go into in just a second. Now, I do run a Discord group, and within that we have regular morning call. Well, we have a morning call every day, never mind regular. And this morning was Winning Wednesday, and now I'm going to put it into practice. I broke this chart down for them already. And I also, on the top of each hour, as you can see, there's like lots of sheets here, I work out strength and bias. So it's picked out that the Aussie dollar is good. It's also in the market pick, which kind of gives it a bit more weight. And I'm looking to sell it. It's a B grade trade, but it's telling me to wait. So I've been waiting a little bit. It's currently 9:20. But they see this before 9 o'clock. And they've also seen the breakdown. So they know exactly what I'm waiting for and what I'm looking for. And it's coming in, and I might have just missed that initial surge, but I'm going to drop the order in and follow it backwards like this. Now, because this is a relatively slow market, we're not going to go mad. So that is the order in. I'll explain this in just a second, boys and girls. Okay, let's take this up to approximately 10 pips, because that's all I want, which is going to be on the other side of this zone. But ideally I wanted it up to there. But as normal, the talk and wonder
Don't blame me.
was in me ear hole. As you can see, it should have been underneath there, but we're going to catch it on this candle instead. Just drop this down to 5 minutes, just so that we can see it, and then I'll explain the trade a little bit more. We can see it's in motion. It'll start triggering. There we are. It's triggered in. Now that's triggered in, I have a benchmark to run it down. Now, I can look to get down under here. So that'll stay inside these zones. So if I just duplicate that to put it down to there, this is kind of the stop zone. It's where I kind of expect price to stall somewhat. So I'm going to move that in. Just put it about there. So it's not going to be the biggest trade in the world. maybe it's about 8 pips. But 8 pips can pay you. And why is that? Well, it's the crumbs the big boys leave behind. But what I can also do is capitalize on the move of the project, or of the project, of the product, because they do oscillate. Now, I've already predetermined that I could come here and come here. So if I stage this out and start putting extra orders in as it builds up, fine. This is the entry arena, what I'm working on. And these stop zones are the exit. So if it breaks through that, I'll then start working this zone. But I'm expecting the price to come into here and stall somewhat, a little bit like this. Okay. Now, if we move this out and I start breaking this down somewhat, you can see it's been on a nice sell. You know, there's no point putting any daddy levels into this because we're already underneath them. Because the daddy levels would have been from here. So down. So if that's going to continue, it can crack down into these levels quite easily. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at this big move. There's your retracement, breaking down. Put it into a 4-hour, which is here. Again, you can see the breakdown. It's coming. It'll look to sweep under here, which it looks like it's doing. If it breaks through, it'll look to sweep under there, so creates a new zone. Take it down to the hourly so I can monitor this to see where it's going. Well, there's the collapse. Until that tells me otherwise, this is going down. So there we are. There's your sweeping point. And then once I've got that decision in place, I needed to look at the 15-minute. Well, I missed that entry there, but we caught this 5-minute entry down here on a strong push down. Job's good. And that's kind of the way I was looking at this. Okay. So very, very simple, easy premise. Just get rid of these. So from the other day. Let's get rid of that. And let's just, I'll tell you what, we'll move it out to, I may kill it off beforehand. I do have a meeting at 10:30. So we'll see. So we'll just leave that there for now and see how well that runs into it. If it gets 50 quid, fab. You know, I've got nothing else running. This is the only trade that's in play. And I'm quite happy with that. Okay. So let this run and we'll see what we can do throughout the day. Okay. Catch you in a bit. Okay guys, I need to go into a meeting. This is playing out just the way I wanted it to. It's all kind of set. I do have a pending order here if it comes back and picks up because it showed signs of a little bit of reversal. So I just took the opportunity to pull a little bit of money out and reduce the exposure. But I'm going to let this run back down into this red zone. And that's that. I should be, maybe it's about an hour and a half. Hopefully this will be finished by the time I get back. Catch you soon.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry, I needed to go into a meeting. It's quite an important meeting I needed to be in. Because I don't know if you're aware, there's going to be an expo this year in London, June 17th, called Traders Day Live. And it's an educational event where I'm attending. But not only am I attending, I'm actually one of the speakers. If we come down, Simon, good guy. Mark, most people know. Met Martin today, so it was really good to put a face to the name. Charlie, you might know, Anna was there. These two rebates were there. No, the good guys, Michael and Sol, they really are. Top of the game. Michael, if you're into sort of stocks, is the guy to talk to. Trade the Pool. Obviously, Sol, you know from the Fivers, as is Jordan with Trade Delicious. And then there's this fella here. Not sure what you'll make of him. He'll have a chance to swear on the stage. Nah. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm quite privileged to go and be recognised by my peers. And that's what that meeting was about. I'll drop a link for it in the comments if you're interested in coming along. But it's not one of these normal sort of expos where it's selling everything. There's none of that there. It's actually all about education and journey of a trader. And they've seen my journey and they want me to share it. So it was good. It was a good meeting. I was really privileged to be in it, and I'm really privileged to go to this event. But with that being said, how were we privileged on these charts? Well, what we can see, if I just start getting rid of all of these target points out of the way, there is no orders. I'm going to remove the one that I had pending. It is collapsed down. So drop that down back up so we can see it fully. What you can see, it's come down. There's the collapse into the zone that you saw when we mark up. There is nothing here. So if that's the case, no positions, no orders, 100 quid. I can live with that. And that was just a simple planned exercise over the course of the hour or so. Job's done. So what's the moral here? What is the sermon according to Scruff? It's planning. Planning is key. Am I worried about the money? No, I'm not. Was I worried about the process? Most definitely. The process is king, always will be. I saw what was going on with the deep trend. I had a fair idea what was going on with the mid trend, what was happening now, and then I built a position on the lower time frames as you saw, and then put in key target points where I could enter, exit, all of this sort of thing, and then just let it play out. That's trading, guys. That's the secret and the art of trading. It's not your strategy. It's the planning and the preparation and the framework inside sensible targets and a realistic position size based on your account. Get that right. Rest of it's a walk in the park. So if you're stuck, do drop in the description. You'll find all my contact details. You'll find links to the 5%ers. There's even an incentive there that they've given me, which will give you 5% off. There's my preferred broker, which is BlackBull. It's one of the few that will give you leverage, as well as being able to buy into the sort of account for virtually next to nothing. So you can trade micro lots. And it uses MT5, which is my preferred way. And there's a lot of educational stuff there as well, books that I read, all that sort of thing. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.